Hello, everybody. I'm Pearl,
I'm Bob,
and we are just passing through.
and this is our next exit.
Come and join us.
And you would be joining us here at Whalers Rest on the Pacific Ocean. We love the ocean, huh?
It's cool.
And we've got some new friends we've met.
Yes.
Rich and Sue. We've met y'all at 3 or 4 campgrounds, right?
Yep, we just keep showing up like a...
Like a bad penny.
Like a good penny.
A good penny. That's an understatement. This has been great. Y'all fixed dinner tonight. We had some sloppy joes and
Homemade sloppy joes.
homemade sloppy joes. And y'all been doing this RV gig for 6 months or something like that, huh?
Yeah, just over 6 months now. Like
Yeah.
Sue came to my work on May 21st and picked me up in the parking lot, and that's the day we left, May 21st, 2021.
And that's the day you retired.
And that's
It
the day
is
I
from 40
retired.
years at his desk.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us, you said picked us up here. Where is here? Kind of tell us a little bit about general, your age, what made you, when you retired, what you retired from? Because y'all look awfully young to be retired.
We're very young. I'm 27.
That makes me 19.
Yep, this is my young wife here.
Can never leave me for a younger woman because I'm it.
Because you're it.
That's
So you said Sue drove, this is, what's your RV? It's a big RV.
Yep, this
Yeah.
is a 45-foot Mandalay.
And you drove it?
Drove it to his work, and nobody at his work knew that we had it. So I got about an eighth of a mile out, and I was like, bwah, bwah, and I just laid on the horn. And you know, you can imagine being in the office in the factory going, what is that? Because
Yes.
it's not quiet. And they all came outside, and the Rich was like, well, see ya. And they're like, wait a minute. Where are you going? How long are you going to be gone? We're like, maybe forever.
Maybe for, and that was your
Probably a
retirement
year.
day, your last
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, Friday,
Yeah.
May 21st.
That's a cool story.
Yep. We
But-
had the Jeep hooked up. Sue drove in the driveway, made a big arch into the front door, and I come
Sweet.
walking out.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But
how-
they were all happy for us, so they wanted to come on and check it out
Aw.
and say goodbye. And some neighbors came and family.
Nice.
So-
And did
fun.
y'all leave town that day?
We just
or,
left from that moment.
and where did you leave from? Where were you? Where did y'all live?
Wyoming, Michigan.
Wyoming, Michigan.
Yeah, suburb of Grand Rapids.
So how did it even come up about retirement or something? I think I heard you say you had the RV for several years and nobody even knew.
We bought this motorhome August of 2017 and drove around Michigan and stuff like that. Then we, Sue and I's birthday are the same day, so we'd have our birthday week and we'd go
Sweet.
on a big vacation, and we've been to Niagara and West Virginia.
Watkins Glen.
Nice.
In this
Wisconsin.
RV?
In this RV,
Yes.
yep.
We took a
Yep.
lot of.
We need to learn it.
vacations.
It's a big motorhome, and it takes a lot to learn.
Like a
And,
learning
And it's
curve.
45 foot long, you said, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yep.
Very good.
Is this the first RV you've ever owned?
No,
Third.
Third.
We had a Class C.
we had a Tioga Montera Class C, and we used that to drive to the Keys around Christmas and little short vacations around Grand Rapids. And then we talked ourselves into going to a diesel pusher, and we got a Winnebago Vectra, and that was about 36 foot. And we pulled a little Jeep Wrangler behind that and went all over.
And our kids were probably early teens then.
Right.
And they're in
then
the
we-
30s, so that's 20 plus years you've been
Yeah, we
doing
took
this.
a break.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
But
the-
then,
yeah.
when you're looking forward to retirement, Rich turned 66 in July. I turned 60. So looking at that 66 number was thinking about retiring. He'd been at his job for 40 years, and it was time for the next chapter.
Exactly.
One
Wow.
question we get, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
A lot of times is how do people decide Class A, fifth wheel, trailer? Did y'all have that debate, or did you know you always wanted a drivable?
Yeah, that's all we've ever known was the drivable, and
I think
Yeah.
everybody's personality and everybody's lifestyle fits. Some people like to park with the fifth wheel and have their truck to take off in. They enjoy driving their truck, right?
Right? And you don't have this wasted space of the front that is
Correct.
semi-wasted.
Correct.
And the expense of another big engine compared to your
Correct.
pickup. So there
But-
definitely is
there's plus and
different,
minuses,
yeah, different
Yes,
ways of thinking
yes.
about it.
One way we looked at, we didn't have a big pickup truck to get a fifth wheel. We'd have to go buy one of those and then buy the fifth wheel.
Right.
We had our Jeep, so we could buy the motorhome and pull the Jeep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
And we love having a big rig.
We do too.
For right now, we love having I can see down the road later, maybe in years, that we might go back to a little bit shorter, but probably always diesel.
I think for a lot of us, it's our mind is to step into that big RV because leaving a big house, it's easier to do than going into a
Smaller.
30-foot
Yeah.
RV.
Right.
And then for us anyway, now we're thinking about smaller so we can go into different places. But the first few years, I think we wouldn't have traded for nothing.
No, no.
What
And
kind of
really-
camp? Go ahead.
Really, if you're planning ahead too, like if you know wherever you're picking to go, that you would look in the book or get online and you're looking at campgrounds and you're putting in your different criteria. You're putting in big rig, 45 foot, 2 slides. So it's bringing up the campgrounds that will accommodate you.
Yes.
Where if you had a smaller rig,
You
you
just
know,
go.
you just know you fit everywhere.
Right.
But I don't think that we've gone anywhere that we've really felt like we've been turned away or that we didn't fit. Because we planned that way.
You
And it's
plan,
been,
yes.
how many months did you say it's been?
We
You've been
left
full-
May 21st.
May, so that's
You want to
5,
do
and this is
June,
in 5
July?
months. So what kind of campgrounds have y'all been going to, or do you plan to go to? You've been doing it 20 years, so you've got a lot of experience. I mean, do you do a lot of national parks or KOAs, or I know you're a Thousand Trails member.
We've really liked Thousand Trails so far, and we didn't pick that up until we got into Washington State, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
So-
Thousand Trails is not big in the Midwest, but it's big out on the West Coast
And
and,
the East Coast.
South and East Coast in
Yes.
Florida.
Yes.
And those are the places we're going to travel and visit. So Thousand Trails made a lot of sense for us to use, and who can't?
Financially, you can't hardly beat a
No.
Thousand Trails.
Free is
No.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
free
Yes.
is great.
Once you pay for that membership or the what is it, contract or whatever,
Buy your
Correct.
membership,
Buy
yeah.
your
Then you have your
membership.
annual too.
then free
Right.
is sweet.
Yes. So
Yeah.
coming across from Michigan, because we went up to Highway 2, up into the UP, and Highway 2 across. And we did hit, this is a good plug for the Army Corps of Engineers.
Ah.
We went to quite a few of those campgrounds, which if you have your card, you get them for half price. That
Which
come
usually
here
is
can
like
be beautiful.
$10 or something.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like 7
and
to
they're nice
15.
campgrounds.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
They're
They're
beautiful.
usually on the water
Yeah,
someplace.
almost always.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Where were
Nice.
we? Grand Rapids? It
Grand
was
Rapids, Minnesota.
Grand Rapids, Minnesota. There's one on the Mississippi River that's just beautiful.
Ah,
We have not stayed at those yet, but everybody we've talked to has haven't heard one bad thing about it.
right.
Yeah.
They're well kept. Water, not many sewer ones, but water and electricity.
Yeah.
And they all have dump stations, so that's okay.
Yeah.
And we were only there for a day or two.
So
That's
just
not
in
bad.
kind of a general concept, everybody, this is what I hear, and I think we were the same way. You start out with whatever, some kind of budget number that you think you're going to, okay, we can afford this lifestyle, this is our budget. Did y'all have a budget? And if so, are you hitting it? Or you, like a lot of people, the first year you're blowing it out of the water? Or you're staying within it? Is it working out how you thought it would?
Well,
Can I start with that?
sure.
So we were working with our financial planner, and he had an idea of writing down what it cost for us to live for a month. And then
At your home or the RV?
we did both at your
Okay.
home and then in your RV, and with the slight expenses that we have being at home, because the home is still there, you know. But boy, it's so much fun. The electrical's $20, the gas is $17.
So nobody's living in your
Because
home, it sits
nobody's-
empty.
We just shut everything off. Yeah, shut the
You can't
water
call
off.
us full timers. We're cheating part timers.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
That's
But
not a
we own
problem.
our home, and it's not that much the amount of taxes.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and
really fun to get the electric and gas bill back home, and it's $19.
that's very
$8.
fun.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
very fun. And we have a wonderful neighbor that's helped us with our mail.
So do you think you are staying in your budget? Or
Oh yes,
Oh yeah, so you
Mm-hmm.
found a budget and you set it, and because you get out and do probably not expensive stuff, but I say you like to go and
take tours.
tours and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
We
And
do
that's
use
working
the
out
Jeep
good.
a lot. The
Say it
Jeep
again?
uses more gas than the motorhome out there.
it does.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
So then your expectations is it's financially it's hitting right about where you thought you would.
What we expected it would.
Yeah. The killer has been the diesel fuel cost is way above what I thought it was going to be.
Because you're
back when
doing
we
more
were
miles
planning.
or
Well,
the
we
price
had
per
no idea
gallon?
it
The
was
price
gonna
per
go up.
gallon.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right a year ago when we.
Exactly.
I thought I was figuring high at $3 a gallon for a whole trip, and it's well over that.
And it could get worse.
Yeah, we're heading
We
towards
just have to go
California.
through California, right?
Be careful. Yeah.
So y'all are coming to our rally in January.
Very excited.
Have you boondocked before?
Yes.
Yes, in Arizona.
Yes, at Quartzsite.
At Quartzsite.
Oh, that was like,
And in this RV?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
So you use your. When we didn't have solar, I always thought, well, it's a piece of cake. We had a generator, but now I've got solar, and so I'm thinking, how can you boondock with that solar? I forgot. I keep forgetting about it. Or you got a big old generator. Is
Yeah,
yours
yeah.
a 10,000 or 12?
10,000, yep. Yep, and it's got the new upgraded electronics in it, so it's a smart generator. It watches the
sweet.
batteries, and it starts, auto stops. So yeah, we're not afraid at all about that.
No,
How-
we've gotten pretty good.
How long do you think you can boondock without having to go and get water dump and all that stuff?
9 or 10 days.
Yeah, I'm saying we can go 10 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the
That's
tenth-
good. If you
on
can
the
do more than a
10th day,
week,
though, we're
you're
going,
there.
"Ooh."
We just came from Pacific City, which had water and electric,
right.
but didn't have sewers, and we were cautious, and we lasted well over a week before we had to move in.
So when you're in your campgrounds, you find that you spend most of your time inside or outside?
Well, I think that, and this is a good topic, two people living in a closed space for a long period of time. So I think it's nice that I like to putz around in here. I like to cook. I have a little video game. I like to play a video game. I like to write notes and cards or whatever, and I'm in here, and Rich likes to go outside and putz around fixing things. So I think that's important in a relationship to have a little bit of space.
Yeah.
So I think that we only spend time in here if we usually eat outside if the weather's nice.
Do you really?
If the weather's nice.
You cook inside and then eat outside?
Right, but remember we've had the ban, or we would have been grilling. So we couldn't grill, because we do
Ban,
charcoal.
you mean fire ban?
Fire
Fire
ban,
ban.
yes. Because we like charcoal.
Because y'all have a charcoal grill, and that's one of the things.
Correct. So on this trip, yeah, we've been cooking inside, but we'll take it outside and eat. We'll eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner out.
Really?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. But now it's been cool and rainy. Yay,
Yeah.
Oregon.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in such, these are such small spaces. It makes sense that you would want to spend it outside, and you imagine spending
It's so
it outside.
beautiful out there too.
But it seems like the longer, at least for Pearl and I, and some of the people we visit with, you end up, because of temperature, it's a little windy, or the sun's too hot. You find excuse. We find ourselves inside more and more compared
More.
to when we first started out.
Okay,
Yeah.
It makes sense you would be outside,
right.
but
If the
I'm
weather's
always
agreeable.
curious about that.
You notice our
Good
table
breakfast.
is a full
I
arcade
do.
game.
Oh, you told me that.
Yeah.
And you got a tablecloth over it. Is that the game you was talking about?
Yes.
What?
You
Oh,
said
yeah.
I got a game I like to play.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. People get a kick out of that. We'll always
So
be pleased.
I'm guessing you're pretty good at doing maintenance. You do most all of your own maintenance, or not?
Yes. Yep.
You have quite a toolbox, and
Yep, I have a full toolbox down below that hopefully I got everything I need, and I have so far. But yeah, you need to be a plumber, an electrician, a auto mechanic, whatever else.
So you're jack of all trades. huh?
Yeah, you need to
Right.
know, and
Plumber.
especially when you
But
buy
you're
a used motorhome. This is a used
Yeah.
2008. Things are going to go wrong, and things are going to break, and things are going to shift, and you need to be able to think about it and fix it.
have you been stressed out about maintenance, or is everything just kind of falling in line and you just grab a hammer and go take care of it?
Yeah, just go
It's
take
been
care of
pretty
it.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, we, knock on wood, haven't had any major
serious.
issues, and
Right.
nothing that we couldn't handle on the road.
We bought a good rig. But we do jump in our car. You say inside or outside. We like to jump in our car and take outings.
And go see where you're at,
Sightseeing.
discover
Yes.
the area.
The
And
earth.
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Sightseeing. Yeah.
We're not really into the Disney World kind of things. We like to see the more natural things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll travel the back roads, and
I love to tour mansions, so I've been having a ball with that.
In mansions, you mean in houses, or what's a
How-
mansion?
estates, mansions, estates.
The
Yeah.
But home,
estates.
yeah, home
Right.
type thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Palatial.
Palatial, I
Amazing.
like that.
Yeah.
How do you find besides Thousand Trails, other campgrounds you go to, how do you find them? Do you have some favorite apps or anything, or tricks that people might?
We use RV Parky,
I
and
love RV Parky.
Sue's our spot picker, and she's been 10 for 10. And
Very good.
How
Jeez.
far out do you make reservations and stuff?
with Thousand Trails, we're able to do 120 days out, and then we're also in the Trails collection, and we can do 60 days out with that.
And y'all keep that maxed out? You
Yes.
pretty much filled that
Yep.
up?
I made myself a spreadsheet that where our trip wants to go, and then when the date is my booking date.
I've got that same
Very
spreadsheet.
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
It says if you made a reservation today, you can make it
Yes.
Right.
October the 12th or whatever it
Exactly.
is.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. So we watch that very closely, and then places where we're traveling and there's no thousand trails, we'll look at private or COEs or what looks good. And we use Google Maps and Google Satellite to look at the park to see if we're going to be able to fit.
That's a big thing that we do. We do look down at it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Anybody that's got a
Yeah.
40-foot RV probably is doing that or should be doing
Should be
that.
Yes.
doing that.
If you're going to a new
Yes.
campground, just to make sure.
Yeah.
And we've even looked at like the location, like is it right by a river? Look at what it's by and what the view will be. You know, that's something we look at too.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and we do like to do little side trips. So most of
Yeah.
them have been the mountains, driving the mountains in the national parks.
So did you budget the number of miles you might plan on driving in a year? You mentioned about,
Well, when we first started out, we were doing 4 and 5 hour drive trips. It
Are
was
you talking
like
about side trips?
driving from campground to campground.
Oh, you're talking about moving the rig.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
so like 200 miles or something like that?
yeah, and it all of a sudden it goes, we don't have to do that. We can
No,
go.
we have no
let's go
plan.
2
Right.
hours. And the app I use, you can put in your campgrounds and it calculates the hours.
Yes.
And if it gets over 3.5 hours, we'll find something that'll split that one and
Closer.
put something else in there.
Yeah.
And so 2 hours is a good thing for us to go.
Yeah, because it's not we gotta move tomorrow, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
When you're on a 2-week vacation, that's crucial, but yeah.
But
Yeah.
Full-time
Right.
RVing, not so much.
No,
Yeah.
and you move a couple hours, the terrain changes. There's more things to see.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't like driving at night in the motorhome. There's
Yeah, no,
too
we
many
don't
crazy
either.
things
Don't
and
blame me at
animals
all.
that could get out. And
So you try to drive for 2 hours, and how long do you try to stay when you make a reservation? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
boy, that
That
varies.
Two
depends on
days?
the location.
Yeah.
Like when we were by Mount Rainier, we wanted to stay 2 weeks, right? Or by Glacier. Yeah.
The location and
We
the
were in
amenities.
Montana for 2.5 months in one
Oh,
spot, and
wow.
we loved it. Montana was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say your ideal from 5 months experience, your ideal reservation length? And just a
I
regular
could get a
place.
hankering to start moving in about a week.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, about a week for me to maybe it's time to move.
Okay, I'm ready to see something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Sue said,
And it's exciting. It's
stayed-
moving day.
one place for a full month, 4 weeks, and then we've been doing 1 week and 2 weeks lately.
In 2
We were
weeks
in
you're getting pretty
we were in
antsy?
Rollins longer than that, weren't we? We were only there a month?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. We've gone so many places, right?
So a thing that you hear a lot from people is, especially when they're been living in the same place for a long time, and then they're talking about going full time and leaving, and they say, I can't leave my friends and my family and my group, my safety net and stuff. Has that been a issue, or?
Of course we miss them. Of course we miss the hugs and seeing the grandkids every week. But we talk on the phone, you know, and we can see them that way. We've been mailing them things.
Technology is so easy now. You can
Right.
easily pick up the phone and call and
Sweet,
talk.
yeah.
And you're
kids.
fixing to go back for a wedding here pretty soon too.
And a
huh?
big wedding in a couple
Yeah.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Back for a
has
couple
not
weeks.
proven to be. A lot of people say they see, especially with the grown kids that live in different places. Now they see them more like us.
Oh, yeah.
Our kids live further
You're
away.
going closer
We
to
see
them.
them more than we did when we were had a
Sticks
job
and
and
bricks.
stuff. Where do you think? I know you're going to the rally. So you're going to stay in Arizona for the winter. What's your plans for next year? You got. Go ahead.
Sure, we've got a plan. So this time we've done the West Coast. We're going to end up in Texas sometime in May when Michigan warms up. Middle of May, end of May, we'll go back home for a few months. And then we're going to take off again and go do the east side.
And you say go back home. You fly home or take the RV?
We'll take the rig home.
Take the rig.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll go home from Texas. And we'll stay home a couple months and get reacquainted with the family and friends and neighbors. And then we're going to take off when it feels right, maybe in August, and go up and go out towards the northern
Northeast.
coast, northeast
Northeast,
coast, end up
So
in
Maine.
Maine and stuff.
Yeah.
come down, and then spend the
Winter.
winter time in Florida, and
In
then go
Florida.
back home when
Yeah.
Michigan decides to warm up.
Stop at some of the
Yes.
spots you guys been in Florida.
That
Yes.
Florida and that whole coastline. There's just a whole line of them. There's
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
some great.
So
I
with
was
the
real,
1,000 trails. We're hoping it'll
have y'all been on the East Coast very much? Is that new to y'all or pretty familiar?
Couple trips, but we haven't
That'll be
camped
new.
over there. That'll be new. Yeah.
Yeah, that one we're going to have to be a lot more careful with this motorhome. Being on the East Coast, there's a lot more bridges, things that this motorhome probably wouldn't fit in. Where an app like you have that tells you bridge heights
Yeah,
and
that old thing.
things to avoid.
And I'd really recommend getting that Garmin RV GPS, where it knows your weight, your length, and your height.
Oh.
Because you got bridges to
That's
deal with.
important.
It's warned us of bridges to drive across and plus bridges to drive under.
I never thought about the weight too. 'Cause
Weight.
Yeah, it watches
important.
all of
How
that.
much does your rig weigh?
We run down the road about 35,000 pounds.
Oh, and you probably can hold 45.
Yes.
If we took
Have you
real
stopped in any of the scales and weighed?
Yeah.
Have you had
Yeah.
a four corners weighed and axle?
We did a video. If you want to look at our YouTube channel, you can see a video we did of
Very good.
there's an empty weigh scale
Yeah.
on the highway on I-80.
There's another one going up on.
Oh, they're all
101
over
too.
here in Oregon.
They're
Yeah.
all over.
So we just drove in and we weighed the front end, and Sue videotaped the whole thing. So we
Yes.
weighed the front, and I drove too far ahead and got the drive and the tag on the scale. And I go, well, I could back up a little bit with that Jeep. So we backed up and got just that, and then we got just the tag, and then we got the front end of the Jeep, the whole Jeep, the rear of the Jeep. So we got all those weights. That was really fun.
Cool.
And did you write down how much fuel you had and how much water you
Yep.
had and all that? Good.
Yep, we
So then
recorded
you
all
took
that.
that and got your correct tire pressure.
So this is your
Yep.
cockpit. This is pretty roomy cockpit.
This is nice.
Looks like you're flying a big old 747.
Yeah.
So I don't see a lot of gauges on your windshield. It's awful clean. Have you got a dash cam?
Yes, we have a dash cam.
Where are you
up
looking?
in the middle.
Oh,
there.
up. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
just
cool.
Out of sight, and I don't have to look at
Oh,
it.
and then I see another one over on the side.
We have another
Okay.
one over here on the side for people coming up alongside you and they want to cut you off. I can get two views of it. And
Just in case. Good
Yeah.
idea.
yeah,
So, GPS. What do you do for GPS?
GPS, we use our smartphone, and Waze is what I use on here. Sue will be in the passenger seat, and she'll use Google Maps.
Uh-huh.
So we'll have two things going in case one locks out or something, but we can compare that way.
So mostly you're using your smartphone, Google Maps, and then what do you do about being oversized and overweight and concerned getting on some dinky little side road? You
Right.
said you don't take highways as much. You like getting on small roads.
Yeah, we like getting off the highway, off the interstates, and explore that way. But what we use is a map called Trucker's Map.
We've got one of those. It's hard for me to read.
I've got one right here.
Is this it?
Yes.
Yours. Let me hand it to you. Yours is bigger. That would. I think we'd use it a lot more if we had a big one.
And,
like that.
this one is
Yeah, that's
2018.
That's exactly like. But ours is like half.
Okay.
So
And
it's
this
hard to
has
read.
this has a coating on it that we can review our trips and look at things before we leave, and you can write on it with a dry erase.
Oh, it has coating. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
On the
so-
yeah, we don't have that.
Yep.
So the trucker's maps, because I haven't used mine in a couple of years, it tells you this is a road that is safe to drive an 18-wheeler on,
Yes,
basically.
with the height, the 13 feet 6-inch height bridges and all that is what these semis can ride down. So any of the roads that are highlighted in this orange is available for trucks to travel. So we'll follow that as much as we can. And if we need a trip where it's not highlighted, for example, coming up, we'll be leaving here going to Eugene. Highway 20
Yeah, that's how we're going, is over 20.
yeah, or right up here, I'm sorry. Coming out of Newport, Highway 20 is not highlighted. So then I either look on the Oregon MDOT or ODOT, whatever they call it, and see if there's any restrictions on that road. I'll ask people if they've been down that road, if there's any restrictions. Sue happened to have gone from Newport to Eugene the other day, so she was watching that road to see if there's any issues, and there was no issue, so we'll be going down that road.
So that's the same, except we stick it into our GPS to see if our phone will say it's okay, but then I always like to see the GPS. We have an RV Garmin RV 770, and I think they have a newer one out. And then once it tells me okay, I've got like 95% confidence.
Sure.
That map I think is a lot better. That's
Yeah,
less chance of a mistake with these GPSs.
Yeah, it's we use it it's out here on the dash, and we'll take a
So you can
gander.
look up any road. That's a
Yeah.
good tool.
Yeah.
Do you did you buy your RV from a dealer or a private individual, or how did you find it?
We bought it from a dealer.
A dealer.
Yep.
Okay. Did they give you a warranty or anything,
No, it was offered, but we didn't take it.
or you had to buy it?
Yeah, you'd have to buy
Okay.
it. We did inspect the motorhome before we purchased it. Myself and Sue, being fairly mechanical and comfortable with working on things, felt this coach was a good one, and so far it has been.
So you didn't buy any extended warranty or nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. And that's just a gamble that some of us take and some of us don't. You just got to
Exactly.
figure that out.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah. It had fairly low mileage on it when we got it. It was 52,000 miles on it.
In 2008.
2008, and we saw the history where it came from and what it was used for. It was not a full-time, it was a part-time pulling a horse trailer, going to rodeos, so it was very lightly
Did it have
used.
maintenance records and stuff like that, or not
We
too much?
found some, but nothing
Not
extensive.
complete, okay.
Yeah. So when we got it, we just went and changed all the fluids and all the filters and got it back to where we knew where
Yeah, the
everything
starting
was,
point.
a baseline.
Good. Well, Rich surely did have a nice cockpit there in their coach, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Yeah, that's a nice coach no matter how you look. 45 foot.
45 foot, that's big, and a lot of space.
And that windshield, big windshield, but he didn't have a single bug on it.
No.
And we've been, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, we're splattered with bugs. So anyway, we had a great time visiting with Rich and Sue, and Charles and Abby was up there.
We
Just
certainly had a good time.
the whole Pacific Northwest has been awesome.
Yes.
So now we're headed south. We're looking for some 70-degree weather right up this road, I think, at Lake Minden. You ready to find some warm weather? Get rid of that sweatshirt?
I'm ready to find some weather, some warm weather, and coming into warm weather, I will get rid of the sweatshirt.
All right. And then we're going to go over to Reno, see our daughter, brother, and son over there, and then heading down to Yuma.
Heading down to Yuma.
All right.
Headed to the Sticks and Bricks.
Yeah. So we met a lot of great folks. We had a great summer. As Joe, the computer guy, said, a summer to remember.
Yes, definitely.
Certainly was.
Definitely.
So until we see you guys again next time, keep the wheels rolling.
Stay safe.
We'll see you at the next exit, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye, folks.
We got